Frankly, this is the wave. Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin has vowed to incentivize the economy with several projects, including digital wallet scheme and land bridge project. However, the government has confirmed that digital wallet scheme will be postponed beyond May. And of course, the fund of this project still remains perplexing. Today's guest will tell us why she objects to Srettha's policy. Joining me now is Ms. Sirikanya Tansakul, Member of Parliament and Deputy Leader of Move Forward Party. Fantastic to have you on the show.
Thank you to have me here.
I think the first question we have to ask is about digital wallet scheme, because the government already told the public that this scheme will be postponed beyond May. Of course, this continuous postponement has, disturbed people and don't know when exact timing that this digital wallet scheme will be conducted. So could you please tell us what is the impact to Thailand's economy if the schedule continues to delay? And do you think the scheme should be terminated because the budget is quite huge, 500 billion baht?
The problem of this project is that, as you said, the problem of the funding, because it takes a lot of money, 500 billion baht. So they have some difficult times to find the funding, whether it will come from special financial institution or state-owned banks, or whether it will come from the budget with very, very limited. And then they come up with this choice of theirs that they will borrow the money out of the budget for 500 billion. This is very risky choice of theirs that they choose to do something that it's I think it's illegal by the Fiscal Discipline Act. So as you can see, it caused them a lot of troubles. At first, they have to consult with the State Council, and then the answer is not really advantage for them. And then they will have the anti-graft sending the report, and that's they take it as the clause that they will postpone the meeting of the policy committee of digital wallet. So the impact of this delaying the project, first that they will impact the government's confidence, right? Whether they are competent enough to implement their campaign, the elected campaign policy. So but it also affect the Thai economy as well, because if it's going to be delayed for some other times, it means that other projects that will stimulate the economy will be postponed as well, because people will wait for the big amount of money to be the stimulus package. So as you see, the condition of the economy maybe is not as critical as a crisis, but still very sluggish, right? So it means that we have to wait for the government to do something about the economy, and there will be like a huge opportunity lost for the economy of Thailand.
And you talk about that this scheme is quite risky because it takes a lot of budget from government, the whole budget. And actually you talk about State Council too. Although their order is not mandatory to listen to, and even the National Anti-Corruption Committee, because they have the meeting too. Although I think the outcome is not that positive yet, but right now the government still wants to continue to have this project to incentivize the economy. I talked to some foreign chambers of commerce. Of course, they support this scheme. They want to see the economy being, governed by this scheme. But there's another part on the map too. Those opponents, including Bank of Thailand, said that maybe government could think about to allocate part of this 500 billion baht for long-term investment. So actually there are, pro and con there. So do you think this, you haven't answered my question, do you think this scheme should be terminated?
I think it's this policy is from the elected campaign.
Yeah.
So I think Pheu Thai party has all his rights to implement this, but still they have to listen to all the warnings and recommendations from all the parties.
Yeah.
And but I don't think they should take into account too much about the recommendation from the anti-graft, the National Anti-Corruption Committee, because I've already read the report,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of things that are really interesting and will be fruitful for the government, but it's not something that that could bar this policy that from happen.
Yeah.
What would bar this policy from happen is about the legal issues.
Yes.
Because they're trying to borrow the money, but the law does not allow you to borrow the money, whenever you want, just in case of the crisis, just in case of the emergency only.
And how to define that crisis then is the key. Of course, you were one of the members of the Land Bridge Committee. It's a very big project, mega project, which would take around 1 trillion baht from Thai people, because of course we're using Thai people's money. That, of course, you left the committee already.
Right.
What's the risk inside in the Land Bridge project? Can you tell us more about Land Bridge project? Of course, this huge chunk of budget, do you think it is worth building the Land Bridge itself?
At first, this project has been originated since the last government, right, from Kun Saksayam, since he was the Minister of Transport. And so he ordered that there should be a feasibility study about this project that cost 1 trillion baht. That's why this project is started and then has been continued by Kun Srettha's government, right? The problem is that this feasibility study is not well studied, and we found a lot of inconsistency, about a lot of mistakes, and so we're trying to find the answer of this by asking the authority, including the consultant of this project, who wrote the report that about these inconsistencies. But we haven't had all the answers yet. But then the chairman is trying to put the end to the committee and trying to rush to vote to endorse the report that of the committee. That's why I couldn't be in the committee anymore, and I have to resign. What we found is that there are a lot of assumptions and figures that is not really, it doesn't really make sense. So it might have happened that the feasibility study is not really feasible at the end. So we request that there should be the revise of this feasibility study, because they includes a lot of unreasonable route. As I already mentioned to the public, in order to get the most of the revenue to the project, they include the route from Europe to South Asia into the Land Bridge project, which will start from Ranong to Chumphon to cross the ocean, or something similar to that. They include the route from Far East or East Asia to Australia. They said that they will use Chumphon's port to transship their cargo, for example. So we're trying to find the answer, but we haven't got the answers yet. So far, I already asked in the committee. After I resigned, I asked in the public, but still have no clear answers about these false assumptions. So, the only thing that I could induce from this is that this project might not be feasible at the end.
And for the record, of course, Move Forward Party say that you would support the project, helping the growth of southern part of Thailand, of course. But you talk about there are so many erroneous data inside this project, inside this report, and you want to see more quality after that, because of course Srettha Thavisin, Prime Minister, say that he is ready to talk to villagers as South. Not sure, what's your opinion about it? What do you make of it? Because you also say that yesterday that Srettha Thavisin and the government officials, they have to go to South and do face-to-face meeting to the villagers, residents down there, and tell them that, okay, we are going to confiscate your land. Yes, what do you make of this?
Of course, is the first thing that they should do, because to go down there and talk to the people, to the villagers, I talk to them and look them in the eyes that you will do this project, whether it's not feasible by confiscating their land. It's the only way that to see the sincerity of this government, right? I mean, as you said, I support all the development down south, and I think the project should start from the area-based development instead of make a project and then trying to find a project, a development project around the mega project. But you should start from the area-based development to see the strength of the area. It could become like the center of manufacture, or it could be the wellness center of the world, the hubs of wellness, or something like that. But since you start from mega project and struggling to make it viable financially, so it's going to be a big problem. I said that the government should go down south and talk to people face to face, because they always say that this project is not going to be funded by taxpayers' money. It will be funded 100% by investors.
Yes.
But at the end,
Do you think it's feasible?
Of course, if it's possible, it's a better way to fund this project.
Yeah.
But it's not, as I thought, that it's not financially viable. So there would be no investors who invest to this project for financial benefit, but maybe geopolitically benefit from this project, right? So along the way, along the process of trying to find the investors to invest in this project, is the people who their land will be confiscated, that will keep them up all night during whether their land will be taken away or not.
And their life will be affected internally. One of your arguments is that actually it's not worth investing because those ships go through Malacca Strait, we just go through there. If there's another land bridge project, of course it's not a canal, it's a land bridge project from Chongpon to Ranong, and this doesn't save a lot of time for those ships.
It's not only me who said so, but people in the shipping industry, those who own the cargo, they already said so, that it's not really time-saving options, because you forget to take into account that there will be two ships, two cargo ships on two ports, and you have to take into account the frequency of the boats and time to unloading and reloading the cargo containers, and that would take a lot more times comparing to you go to the Strait of the Malacca.
Yes. I think the government has to clarify this point, and if it doesn't save time, why they have to build that land bridge project?
And there's a little bit of details that have been changing all the time, because as I was in the land bridge committee, we talked about the oil pipe and refinery project.
Yeah.
But according to the report from from the Ministry of Transport, they said that there will be no oil pipes and no refinery projects, or else they have to do another environmental and health impact assessment. But then Kun Srettha always talk about this pipeline, and they will draw oil investors to build refinery projects down there, for example. So it's the better way is to revise the report, and changing detail that has been started from Kun Saksayam, and doing the report, and to ensure that it's really feasible financially or economically, and put all the details which Kun Srettha has been wanting. So it will be better, and now you can talk to the people to their eyes that this project is feasible and it's worth your sacrifice, your land sacrifices, and it will be and make sure that they will make their lives better off.
You're right. There are a lot of discrepancies according to you in the report, and they have to talk to Ministry of Transport to make it right. Kun Srettha Thavisin has been on the hot seat for more than 5 to 6 months, I think. Of course, you criticized, you denounced a lot from the beginning of this year about the 3.48 trillion budget bill. Of course, you give a lot of arguments there, but supporters say that actually Kun Srettha have been visited other countries to talk to business leaders, political leaders, country leaders to get FDI in. Of course, one of the projects is Land Bridge project there. How would you evaluate his performance? Are you satisfied with his 5-6 month performance here?
I think we couldn't really grade his performance because he never proposed the plan and the targets to the parliament, measurable targets to the parliament. So it's kind of hard to gauge whether his performance is pass or fail, but we can notice and observe a lot of observation from that. At first, of course, it's like a new beginning of Thailand, to attract more and more foreign investors comparing to Kun Prayut's government. But it doesn't seem that they really have the strategy of which investors or in which sectors that really want to attract. It seems that they, go with the flow, and whether whoever wants to meet with them, and they will talk to them, and talking about the stage of Thai economy. These kind of FDI is going to take some time before they really invest in Thailand. It's going to take some lead time, about a year or two. So right now, I think I need a prime minister who sits still at the chair and is trying to think about the way out for the economy, not fly around too often.
So according to you, Srettha Thavisin, current Srettha Thavisin still needs to have more strategy, measurable targets there for Parliament, because we haven't seen a lot, right?
Right. And now that I become the draft budget bill committee, I've seen a lot of flaws in the budget. It's not well allocated. A lot of items that they don't really put enough budget in there, and in some they put too much in there, and there's also the problem for the revenue side, that once they already forecast the revenue for 2024, fiscal year, and then after the government has implemented a lot of policy that will take away the tax. We will call it tax expenditure. For example, the what's called a Thai ESG fund that will cost taxpayers money around 10 billion baht. So we don't have any problem about of this project that you want to revitalizing the stock exchange of Thailand, but there's some revenue foregone that you didn't take into account, and you're going to be short for. I already do the math, and you were short for about 100 billion baht this year because of this kind of project. The oil subsidy from the excise tax, for example, the financial transaction tax that they canceled right after they forecast the revenue, for example. So it would take it would cause trouble at the end that if we couldn't compensate this loss. It's gonna, so it means that the government have to borrow more and more to offset the budget deficit.
So you're gonna, on top of that, you will push a lot of pressure to the government, to the financial system there. I want to talk about Move Forward, of course. This Wednesday is the verdict for Pita Limjaroenrat's case, and next Wednesday is the case for Move Forward party. So how do you make of this? Because some people think about, there might be some risk for the party, there might be some risk for the leader, Pita. So maybe in the party, what's the atmosphere there? How people talk about it? Are people confident that Pita can come back? And how about your party's case?
Yeah, the party atmosphere is really, really good. We're really confident that he will be innocent. The verdict will say that he's innocent on this, and we have zero worries of his future, and really ready to welcome him back to the parliament in the 25th.
Yes. And how about for the party's case on the 31st?
For the party case in the 31st, maybe it's a lot more the complications, but since the motion said that they require us to stop the action, so we just stop the act, and it would be okay. But maybe there will be some other cases right after that, but it would take years. So I think we cool for now.
So for the short term, of course, both Pita and Move Party could pass these challenges there, but we will see what comes in the future.
Right.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
A lot of pleasure to talk with you, to understand the parties and, of course, the future project and future movement of you too.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time today. Here, Ms. Sirikanya Tansakul, Member of Parliament and Deputy Leader of the leading opposition party, Move Forward. ขอบคุณมากค่ะ